And then I'm like,
Also, one thing before we get started, if you're using an average sort of desktop-y thing, under reactions on the bottom, you can raise your Zoom hand. Do you see something like that? And if you wouldn't mind doing it, I'll tell you why in a second. Oh God, I just saw myself on YouTube. Oh, see, people are already raising their Zoom hand before you. I meant Jackie. Everyone else raised on raise.
I get it.
I mean, everyone's okay. Okay, we're ready. Okay, now I'm going to start. So let's see. I'm going to lower everybody's hand except Jackie. Wait, you've got eyeballs, Jackie, or something. How did you do that?
Oh, you just click. There you go.
That's fine. Either one. I mean, whatever. That's good. Okay, I'm going to start recording. I'm going to start sharing my screen, and I'm going to say hello to everybody and welcome you to We Believe in Comics, our Friday night workshops that are free. And on Friday evenings, if you're in the East Coast, or Friday afternoons, if you're on the West Coast, or who knows, if you're in New Zealand or Australia or the UK or anything like that. But we're glad you're here. This is the Sequential Artists Workshop. We are a nonprofit school for comics where you can learn how to do them. It's called Sequential Artists Workshop. We're at learn.sawcomics.org. Here are some of the things coming up, including regular classes with Josh Bayer, a publishing course with Sarah Maloney, Drawing Health with Georgia Weber, Sustainable Diary Comics with J.D. Lund. Next week in this slot, we have Anna Selheim coming back. I don't know what she's going to be doing, so we just found this sort of aggro picture of her. And I do want to tell everybody, I don't have a really good graphic for this, but on Monday, PBS is going to be showing No Straight Lines, The Rise of Queer Comics. It's a documentary, and we're going to be doing a live stream of it, and then also a Q&A afterwards. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern, and the Q&A will probably be 11:30 with some of the people from the film. But you'll have to go to the website or go to our link tree to find out about it, because we just sort of organized it today, so we don't have a lot to tell you about it, except that it'll be Monday, and you have to be part of one of our groups to be in it, but it'll be really fun. Okay, so if you do some work tonight, share it on social media, hashtag Friday Night Comics. You can tag me at Comics Workshop, and I'll put Jackie's info in the chat as well. You can also share at members.sawcomics.org. You can make donations to SAW. That keeps these things free. We really appreciate that. We survive from tuitions and donations. So everyone who did donate, thank you. Let's see. I'm going to skip ahead. We have sustaining donations. So if you want to do it monthly, we love that. Thank you so much. These are some of the things we need, but we're going to keep moving. Please, no any inappropriate speech, no trolling, keep it PG-13 is what we would request. Enjoy. This is Jackie. She's part of a movie. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it yet, Jackie?
I have. I got to see like a sneak preview. I mean, I don't think I could have cut any parts out of it, but I was like, this looks good. Thank you.
Jackie, one of my favorite cartoonists. She was one of the last people we saw in before the pandemic. This is like, they're closing down Italy in this when this photo was taken. They're closing down. China's already closed down, and we're like just having fun in Florida. Anyway, but then Jackie reappeared in Britain to say hi to Tor, our old student. Anyway, this is just sort of like, this is your life, Jackie Davis. So, but more importantly, I'll stop sharing. But more importantly, you're here because you're such a great cartoonist. We love you so much. And we just want to see what you have for us.
Cool. Well, thanks so much for having me. I love Saw.
You gotta raise your hand again, if you don't mind.
Oh.
Would you do it? Or the eyeballs are fine.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah, I can.
Thanks.
So then.
That's good. Just leave it.
All right. Well, thanks so much for having me. I love Saw. I love everything about Saw and its mission and this hangout with all these people. And yeah, I taught a week-long workshop like the week before the world shut down. And I remember the last day everyone went home, we were like, oh, okay, see ya. And then I bumped into one of my students in the airport and everyone was kind of running everywhere, but We all made it home and we had a great time. So I have made a tiny presentation for anyone who's unfamiliar with my work. I make a webcomic called Underpants and Overbites, and I am the main character, and then my husband's another main character. His name's Pat. He is portrayed as quite tired in the comics, and he's very gracious about approving 99% of the things I want to draw. Every once in a while, he'll be like, don't write that down. And then I put in a sketchbook. I'm like, don't worry, it's for the personal collection. And he'll be like, oh, fine. When are these coming out? But I'm going to show you my little presentation, and then hopefully I'm going to teach you how to draw some feelings, and that'll be part of the whole thingy. All right, let me see how to screen share. Aha. Now to make it full screen. Oh, terrible. That was bad. Great. We're gonna click on this. Oh, how to make it presentation mode. Sorry, 1 second here. It's like all the things went away that I needed. Oh, man, why?
All right, you're getting people saying press escape, press F5. You're getting lots of people
escape.
in the chat.
Aha, thank you.
Did that work?
Okay, now we're gonna do view slideshow. Thank you team. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay, hi, I'm Jackie, and I make a comic. I make Underpants and Overbites. So I have compiled. The thing about drawing feelings is that I often use metaphors because I think they help me convey more complicated things than just exist in regular life. But I have started with a couple comics that aren't really metaphors. They're just cute. And this is I made this one like yesterday. I say, look what I was sleeping on all night. It's candy bar wrapper. That says my bookmark. I was looking for that. And then in the next one is just me vibing with the universe, saying, I'm just a star too. And see you after work. Hope you have hope you have a great day. No, have a grape day. And then I'm like, he just gets me. And I'm in my cute little studio from before I moved, which I miss a lot. But then we get into some metaphors. So she's surfing on her sketchbook with a pencil. It says some days, other days, other days. And sometimes I don't know what weather to dress for in my brain. I often wish this was an easier place to be, but this is the only place I know, the only place I've ever known. Might as well get comfortable. And she's drying her like pants on this fern. And I have two more. So this is very appropriate to the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I balanced my time between other people and myself. People, I can't like read the top because it's like obscured. I'm sorry if it's not quite right. People were my lily pads. I was a frog. I loved swimming alone because I knew a lily pad would be waiting. But now it feels like the lily pads are gone. And she's just out there in the lake. And look, I tidied up. This is sort of because I really just put everything into tiny piles. Okay, we're going to escape out of that, and then I will bring it home. Stop share. Oh, got it. Success. So, yeah, my work uses a combination of just slice of life and then metaphors. And often I do find that the metaphors convey like deeper, more emotional things. I very rarely use a metaphor for like Oh, the cake was so delicious. I nearly exploded. Like it's a lot of hard feelings that I convey. And so I don't necessarily want to steer these activities towards hard feelings if that is not what you're feeling tonight. I welcome you to use any kinds of metaphors. But to start, at the most, we're going to need 3 pieces of paper, but I know some of you probably draw really tiny, so you can efficiently cram it all onto 1 or 2 pieces. And if you would like to use your tablet, draw with a pen, pencil, anything that you enjoy.
Renee says she can do hard feelings.
Ooh, all right.
Somebody says, how long does it take you to do those comics?
Those are pretty like heavily painted, but probably the one about the candy bar wrapper took me like an hour, I would say. But they used to take me a week because comics were just that hard. And then now I have found a little more balance between like when to make it loose and when to make it tight. But I used to use Arch's 140-pound hot press, and I would let nothing else touch my brush. And then one day the art store was out of it, and they were like, "Would you like to try Fabriano 140-pound?" And I was like, "I don't know if I'm ready for that." And now I'm like, oh, "This is pretty good too." So that's the paper I use. But for our first activity, we're going to take a couple minutes, and I want you to think about, I like giving people options, but if you would like to think about something since the new year, we could narrow it down. Or if you have like a really excited, if you think something really fits this project, just go with any timeline you'd like. But we're going to take two minutes to write down like 3 positive things that happened to you and 3 negative things that happened to you. And another way to look at positive and negative is like 3 successes or 3 challenges in your life. So just brainstorm and then we'll take it from there.
How long do we have for that?
Like 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'll set a little timer.
Successes versus challenges. Putting it in the chat. So in 2023, so far to write the good and bad. Yes, Jack. We have another Jackie, so I'm speaking to the other Jackie. Yes, Jack.
All right, everyone looks busy. I'll give you 1 more minute. All right. And if you have, however many you have in this process, you only need to pick one. So wherever you're at, we can continue. But I want you to look at this list and think about which one feels the most complicated, interesting, or transformative, like something that you have a lot of feelings around in this list. Because I find when I make diary comics, the stronger I feel about something, the more compelling the storytelling becomes. And I mean, every once in a while, it all just falls apart and I have to throw it away. But that kind of is a good start.
So what on that list do you have the strongest feelings about? What was the most complicated, transformative? Got it. Jackie, you moved in 2023.
I did at the end of 2022.
Oh, that must be pretty. That must be one of those success or a challenge.
Oh, yeah. It's, I guess it's both, but that's kind of what inspired this because I made a whole comic about sort of moving and feeling like a portal is closing on the last place that I lived. And then I was like, oh, I'll teach people this, but I didn't read you the comic, so I didn't want to take up too much time. Okay, so now that you have your success or challenge or, yep, that's what it's called. I want you to just take 4 minutes and draw it as it happened, like visually. And it doesn't matter what anyone's skill level is. That's the fun part about this activity. So just draw it. Like if you fell off your bike, maybe draw that moment in a single panel, or you screaming at a telemarketer, or a dog chasing you, whatever. Sorry, those are all the negative ones. But take a few minutes and draw that, and then we'll move on to the next step. Maybe like 4 minutes.
Sure. Okay. So one single moment from that single item, 4 minutes. Got it. I just wrote winter.
Ooh, nice and broad.
It's broad indeed. Let me see if I can get a little more specific. I'm going to steal yours. Portal closing. There we go. No, we're not there yet, though. We're not doing the metaphor yet.
Right. This is just for like literal, what's it called? Representation.
Hmm. I'm not keeping track of time. Are you?
Oh yeah, we got 2 minutes left.
Oh, nice.
We got 1 minute left. All right, and then for the next exercise, we're going to draw that same scene or the same, like the feeling in 1 to 4 panels, but try to use metaphors. So can anyone think of metaphors that they've seen in comics as an example of what to use?
Your mind as a weird barren landscape.
Totally.
What somebody, Dana says, a little frog bouncing from lily pad to lily pad.
Hey, where'd you get that?
Small horse that gives advice. SMOL. Is that small?
Oh yeah, and I've seen people kind of also have not only do they do metaphors, but they personify things. Like it's very popular to personify anxiety or like a generic person who sort of harasses you. I find that very interesting.
Oh. Kate says stars around someone's head. Could be.
Yeah. You can like go through doors, zap people with lightning.
I'm actually losing track. We're getting a couple more.
Someone
Megan,
said I need to personify a mammogram. Is that what they said?
yeah.
What, PG-13?
That's
Now
okay.
that
You
I
can
don't
do it.
know. Maybe I mean boobs are pretty PG-13, right?
I think
They're
so.
okay.
I think they're PG 0. Megan says I have an anxiety demon. Somebody says a blank slate. Jackie W says a punch in the stomach. Oh.
Ooh, a knife in the heart. I saw that.
Cassie says do booby cupcakes. Ariana says I represent my business as a radish. That is awesome. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you could be like, if you really don't like your job, you could be like a shriveled up radish in the bottom of the crisper, just, waiting, slow quitting till you expire.
I read that as the business that she actually runs. I guess we'll wait and find out at the end. Somebody, Yesha says, how do you portray being angry with someone? Jackie, you got an idea?
I mean, one time I did just draw myself like zapping someone with lightning, kind of like the Emperor from Star Wars. That was very satisfying. And also size differentiation is great for metaphors. Like I was huge, and then they were looming. Like I was like, I'm not afraid of you anymore. And then I made them like this big. So those are two ways, but I think there's lots of ways. You know what's an interesting one in comics when they have like a character just like punch the other character in the face, but then it shows the reality of it and they just continue their conversation. I'm always like, it's like in a movie when they do a dream sequence and make it seem real. And I'm like, oh, how scandalous. And then they're still there, like waiting for their latte. I find that very interesting.
Right. For some of the people who came in late, I'm writing down what we did. There we go.
So I think someone asked if we personify let me see, I gotta pop
the emotion or the event that created the emotion.
I think it's up to you. I think that's the beauty of comics, because sometimes, you know, someone doesn't necessarily have to read it and know exactly what happened. This is more an exercise for you in creating something meaningful about this event. It's almost like therapeutic in the way that I create a diary comic. Like I made a bunch of comics about moving and now I feel so much better about it. Like I'm like, oh, this place is great. You know, like,
not so scary anymore.
Yeah. I like head turns to a blueberry to represent sadness.
Oh, I never thought of blueberries as sad until just now, and now I think of them as terribly sad. So we should be drawing, right?
Now we can start. Yeah, I feel like we got a good brainstorm just for anyone that's like, And also, I just want to emphasize with comics and in general in my whole career is there's just no wrong way to do it. It's all about experimentation. And even if it comes out and it's like, you've never been more embarrassed in your entire life, that's just leading you somewhere and it can be fun. So I encourage you all to just explore.
Yay. Are you going to draw too?
Sure.
Yay. Are you doing the moving thing or are you done with that?
Oh, I mean, I moved everything in and now it's in like piles.
So, I mean, are you drawing about it or are you sort of done with it?
I think I'm pretty done with it.
Jen, do you want to ask your question? You asked for help.
Oh, Jen, I posted it in here, but Jen can unmute too if she wants. Hang on, Jen.
Well, I'll just.
Hi. No, it was just about what you posted. Actually, are the three positive and negative things about one thing that happened after the new year, or are they three separate things and on each side?
That was actually more of an exercise to generate one singular idea. And so we were making a list and then narrowed it down. So if you want to skip that step, just pick one and work it from there.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
How long do we have for this step? I'm going to assume somewhere in the 15-minute range.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Okay. Lots of good metaphors in the chat. Oh, conflicted emotion. Someone says a Rubik's Cube.
Ooh, like a
That's
puzzle you have to
one.
solve. Oh,
Yeah.
Love a good key in a door.
Aleph just Googled what a metaphor is. Aleph. Actually, we mean simile. Actually, you know, I never remember if we mean simile when we say metaphor or if we mean say metaphor when we say the opposite, right? One is use the word like or as.
That's a simile.
That's
and then
a
a metaphor
is like, one thing, right?
Yeah, simile is like it was like
yogurt.
It was hot like an oven. That's that's a simile.
But a metaphor is, I am in an oven and dying.
Yeah, I remember the one, it like blew my mind. It was like third grade, and it was like the cat or the fog crept in on velvet paws. And I was like, oh, oh man.
Putting that in the chat. The fog. Looks like they've identified the fog poem as coming from Carl Sandburg in its original form.
Ooh.
This poem is in the public domain, just so you know, everybody. You want to use it and make money from it, you can. Oops, I'm gonna put it in the chat. Oh, there we go. What are you drawing, Jackie? Can we see?
Oh yeah, it's just her, I went for the classic mud. Just responsibilities. And then I ran out of space at the end. And so it's gonna look pretty bad. And I also I was like, I'm done with the house, but I love a good long shadow cast by an ominous object.
So you have a whole house now? You were in a one floor apartment, I remember. Is that what happened?
It wasn't like a one bedroom for like 7 years. It was
Wow.
it was like this big. And then now we have like a big lumpy house with a full attic and a lot of weird sounds.
It makes long shadows and looms over you.
Mhm. What are you drawing, Tom?
Winter. I'm not, you probably can't see because I'm not spotlighted, but it's just a guy. It's the same thing I always draw, which is a guy flat on his back, but he gets slowly more and more covered with snow. And I know that's kind of literal, but also kind of not literal because I don't really sit out in the snow and get covered with it, but I feel like it. But
Right, you'd like die.
yeah, it's not an adventurous metaphor, but it really does get at the heart of the feeling for me. So I feel unmovable. Very Snoopy, Julie says. Yeah, I agree. Everything I do is very Snoopy. And so responsibilities are like mud. Is it sticky like mud or kind of gross and like wet and like
It's like
mud?
kind of sticky, and then it's, you don't know how deep it is and how vast the responsibility swamp will be or for how long.
Oh, it's a swamp too.
Yeah. Oh, Tom's in Rhode Island now.
Yeah, I just said that in the chat. Too cold. Nancy says, I love snow. Wouldn't want to live anywhere it didn't snow.
I'm with Nancy.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I think I would not want to live anywhere where I couldn't see snow on TV.
There's something victorious about living in a desolate place. Like if I feel happy and it's terrible outside, it feels like I'm twice as happy. Like when I lived in Texas and in Austin, and everyone's like in a pool drinking a margarita all the time, and I would just be like, look at them all happy, And then I don't know why it kind of took away from my sense of satisfaction.
Oh, but if everybody is in a more extreme situation, unhappy.
Well, I don't want other people to be unhappy, but there's something about making something good out of a gross situation that's like twice as satisfying.
Nice.
Yeah.
Susan Marks.
Summer's the best. Sorry, go on.
Susan says snow creates moral superiority. I miss neither. I think we might. Somebody in Vegas says we had some snow at Mount Charleston. I don't know where Mount Charleston is. Uh-oh. Candy is running up Jello Mountain because 9 grants are due in January for work, and I was sick all week. Keep sinking on the Jello ledges. Maybe we can start while some people are drawing, and even you drawing, Jackie. It's okay. Maybe we can start taking some hands and see if people are ready. What do you think?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So if you are ready and want to share, raise your Zoom hand. That's under reactions. But if you're currently working, that is totally okay too. Oh, wow. Mishka says, she sends a URL that says, warming winters are threatening New England smugness.
Wow, you like identified my exact feeling.
I have to stop there. Class dismissed. Are you going to click on that? All right. So here's who we got. We got Nina, who maybe did the mammogram. I guess we'll find out. we got Walter and Kari, so we'll go in that order. I'm going to spotlight people. I'll ask them to unmute first. And here we go. We'll take a look at Nina's first.
Okay, I'll start with the real one. And so I went to get a mammogram January 18th, and they said that my insurance was inactive. And here is the metaphor, which I called booby trap. And so it says, I went to get a mammogram, and the boob says, go ahead, make my day. The snaky lady says, not without valid insurance. And the boob says, I paid my premium. And then it says, smashed by the insurance company.
And a mammogram, you actually do have to kind of smash your boob, right? When you get it
Oh
done.
gosh, yes, you get smashed.
Oh.
Anyway, that was my bad challenge.
I love that. I've never seen a singular boob personified. The like little hair on top, because it's like you and it's also a
Me.
boob at the same time.
Right.
That's so cute. I love the side profile with the nose. And then when it stares you down, that's beautiful.
Oh gosh, thank you. And my insurance totally screwed me, and I had to go back the next day. And now they're saying that it is active even though I paid my premium. But anyway, that's what I went through.
Good for you, just like leaving though, and not doing
And
it without the coverage.
I live on an island, and I had to pay $20 in ferry fares to go and have them say no. So yeah, insurance sucks.
But your comic is fabulous.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks, Nina. Good luck. We'll go to Walter next, and then Kari, and then Cheryl. Let's see. Oops. There we go.
So I picked a positive occurrence, which was figuring out what my January project was going to be, because ever since I started participating, so I give myself a big project every month, and I had a hard time figuring out January. But I finally did. I won't show you the real one because it's just me sitting at a computer saying, oh yeah. But here's the metaphor. I had a bunch of ideas and I finally had to pick one, so.
What do they say? What do the little books say?
Oh, it's what I finally wound up doing was a story that Sign Mitchell wrote, but I was thinking about adapting one of my stories. I found some online scripts or coming up with a new idea. So all of those were floating around. I finally grabbed one, and I'm adapting Sign Mitchell's short story from 20 years ago.
Cool. I like how they're like fluttering just out of reach, but they
were for a
nabbed
while.
one.
They were for a while.
Awesome, Walter.
That's me. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to Kari next. Need Kari to, oops. Come on screen, and then we'll change.
Hello. So my daughter and I did this together, and she wanted to share what she had done.
Wait, crud. How do you turn it around again?
Here, just hold it up.
Okay.
Just hold it up so they can see it.
So, man, I did it a bit too lightly, but I chose a positive one, learning more about the LGBTQ community. And the metaphor is like opening a door to a magical land, I guess. Yeah.
That's a beautiful metaphor.
Thank you.
Very
What's
nice.
in the magical land?
A bunch of rainbows and weird little mushroom eye creatures.
As you do.
It's pretty fun there, but it can be a bit weird.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, we'll go to Cheryl next.
So my first panels were really literal, so it was hard to think of a metaphor to do. We got a new dog. He was coughing. He's got like gooey stuff in his ears, and when he puts his paw in, it makes squishy noises. He's wheezing. And so I drew myself as like a heart, and I'm crying. And I'm like, I'm gonna take him to the vet again. And then I drew my husband as this like evil lightning cloud. And he's like, are they gonna put him down? And then we laughed about it for a while. And then at the end, I was like, that's not very funny.
Sad.
Yeah.
I love your face in the heart though. it's like incredible. It's like a little window to the whole scene almost. Is your dog okay?
I think he's okay. He's a rescue. We just got him. We've had him for 2 weeks. I think he's just getting over kennel cough and some ear problems. So he should be okay.
Good. Thanks so much for sharing. Also, husband is evil cloud is.
I was waiting for Jackie to say something about that.
Does he have a beard in real life?
He has a beard and a mustache. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the cloud, the underbeard of the cloud.
All right, we'll go to Corbin next. Thanks, Cheryl. Let's see. Should be able to unmute. There we go.
Okay, thanks. My comic, I sprained my wrist. Can everyone see this?
Put it in front of your face
Okay.
because it focus on the picture instead. Bring it in more.
Yeah,
That's
pretty
my
good.
mom, by the way.
It's better closer. We can see it better closer up. So that's good, like that. Oh,
And then go to the second page. And then bit this. And then yeah, that yeah.
can we see that fourth panel a little more?
Okay.
I saw the third one with the giant needle. Oof.
And then show the fourth one.
I had to wear a splint. Give me a splint. This. I just took it off today.
Yikes. How'd you sprain it?
At wrestling practice.
Yeah.
Hi, Jackie.
Hi.
I gave you Mr. Pump.
Oh,
Hi again.
I thought I saw your little typing. Mr. Pump is in a box somewhere, but they
Good.
are gonna come right out and I'm gonna be so excited. I also love your fourth panel with the tears and the sort of pupils. I feel like I understand all the energy you're
Yeah.
conveying.
Awesome. Thanks, Corbin.
Yeah. Bye.
All right, we're gonna go to Ellen next. Here we go.
There we go. All right. Well, I've got, sorry, my place is a mess. I moved recently, but I'm on a tablet, so it might be easier if I could share my screen. Can I do that? Or
I'll give you that ability. Hang on a second.
okay.
Go ahead. Should be able
Okay.
to.
Let me see. Make sure I share the right screen. There we go. So one thing I've done this year. Whoops. Why is it not showing? Uh-oh.
You can see it.
Oh, okay. I can't see it, but you can. All right. Well, yeah, one thing I've been doing this year that I've been wanting to do in the past is getting a lot more practice drawing. I've been trying to draw every day, to draw something every day, keep in practice, because previous years, as much as I want to kind of improve my artistic ability, get more practice, try new media, that's one thing I do need to do. I hadn't really been drawing as much as I should. So I have been drawing every day this year. So that's what I just kind of drew myself, drawing myself, etc. For the literal drawing, I guess I drew myself drawing this drawing. But anyway, then I had a hard time figuring out what to do metaphorically for that. I mean, how do you metaphorically draw something? But then I figured, well, okay, I'm kind of wanting to get drawing practice. It's kind of, I want to exercise my drawing skills. So I drew myself kind of exercising with a pencil to represent the drawing. So it's kind of, whoops. So I'm kind of getting my daily exercise of drawing. It's kind of my metaphor there. So let's stop the share now. But yeah, so that's my drawing of myself drawing, I guess. So
We think, Jackie.
Cool. Wait, what'd you say?
I said, what do you think, Jackie?
Oh, I think that's amazing. I really had no idea what your second one was going to look like once you explained like the metaphor of drawing more. I was like, where's it going to go? But I think that really conveys it perfectly.
well, thanks.
Cool. Thanks. Good luck getting unpacked.
Yeah, thanks.
We'll go to Cassie next.
So I didn't get to the second one because I was just having fun drawing my first one. I bought a TV today and it's too large. I should not have bought such a large TV. So here I am pushing it up my stairs. And my cat, thinking about what a loser I am.
Did you make it up the stairs?
I did. Yes. Her assessment is wrong. I am very strong and independent.
It's such a good staircase.
Thanks. Yeah, I spent the whole time on it. So
love the colors too. Do you do colored pencil or?
yeah, I did. I'm
marker?
really into colored pencil lately. Okay, you guys will appreciate this. So I figured out a technique that I have not seen very many other places, but if you lay down colored pencil and then go over it with a Copic marker blender, it sort of blends it together. And the reason is because the alcohol in the Copic marker blender dissolves the stuff that isn't the pigment in a colored pencil. I forget the right sciencey word. So, but yeah, try it out. See what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Is that
binder? Yes.
Yeah,
it dissolves the binder.
Yeah. Cool, Cassie. Thanks.
I wish I had this chat to solve all my problems all the time.
I mean, they do this every week, so
I'd be like,
save them up.
Yeah, but it's like, what's that word? And then just the chat is like.
I think the AI will be solving that problem pretty soon. Okay, we're gonna go to Yesha next. Let's see.
Hi. So I kind of just used my time to like sketch them out without like worrying about any drawing ability. So I did 2 of them. So in the first one, I am a ballerina and I'm happily dancing. I mean, I think I need to look at a reference.
Hey, that's some good movement. That's looking great.
I can actually do that. And then I'm still happily dancing. And then this mean witchy character and like trips me with 1 foot. And I'm like, I think I broke my back. And the witchy character says, so satisfied. About an interaction I had with a supervisor where I really thought like I was doing something really well. And then I got like humiliated by them. I mean, it's like one thing if they just tell you, but it was like they took deep satisfaction in the humiliation. So, and then the other one is this clue? Okay, I feel bad about using a dog. I need to find another animal. But here's this dog. He's really happy. He's wagging his tail. He's going through poison ivy and poison oak. He's really happy. He's wagging his tail. He walks through a fire. His tail catches fire. He's still very happy. Goes back to his house. I love you so much. Yes, I brought you poison oak and fire. And I love you back. And then the owner is on fire, both from the poison ivy and from the fire. And that is me processing my emotions about my brother-in-law going off and giving my 8-month pregnant sister COVID and not taking any precautions and being actually angry that he had to take a COVID test. Yeah. So I obviously a dog is too nice of an animal to use for this, but that was the first animal. Thank you.
Yeah. Bad week, but some good comics, right, Jackie?
Yeah, those are really cool. I like how separated they are from your experiences, but then also how much they convey like what you were feeling.
Yeah, I feel like I was kind of hesitant to share because I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to sound so vicious, but.
No, comics, it's all about expression, and those are really, really cool. I also just love the little troll character. I'm sorry I brought you pain, but it's so cute.
Thank you. We'll go to Megan next. Let's see if Megan comes on screen. Go to Christian after this, and then Nikki.
Hello. So, can everyone see that okay?
Yep.
All right. So, I did a comment. I don't want to go too much into detail about it because it's still a developing situation. But it says, for a long time, I've been in a job that has overwhelmed me, but now the situation has an end in sight. Can I use this to get to a better place, or will I be crushed again? I'm nervous. but I am ready to try my best. I don't know why I drew myself as a squirrel, but we'll go with it.
Jackie,
Cool.
do you think it's good metaphors when you don't know why you drew something a certain way? Like, do you do that sometimes? Like, I don't know why I drew myself like a squirrel.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think deep down there's probably some reason, it seems random, but maybe you feel like you identify with the squirrel, or it's a little frantic or something like that. Oh, someone says the water skiing squirrel. I love that. I love that thing. I hope that thing gets paid well. But that was really beautiful, and I hope your next job works out.
Yeah, me too. Naomi says, this is like art therapy. I know Jackie said that already, so it's true. We'll go to Christian next. Ask them to unmute, and let's see. Sometimes people aren't on video and they're lost to the void. You might have to go to Nikki. I see Nikki over there after that. All right, we are going to go to Nikki.
Yay.
There we are.
Firstly, thank you to all those who I haven't thanked yet who have enabled me to be back. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. Got that out of the way. Now we'll do comics. Yeah, so this is the one I chose. Can you see that all right? I need to turn off the light a bit. So I chose to do on sensory. I keep forgetting I don't have to yell because these have got good things in them. I chose to do about sensory overload, which is a huge issue at the moment. So that's the comic. And then the drawing, it doesn't look very light. Why doesn't it look very light? Oh, it's tracking me. I don't know how to stop that. Okay, so the drawing is my metaphor it's kind of like being in the middle of a really big ocean, and you're having all these shipping containers just dumped on you, one after the other, and you're in a little paper boat that's getting absolutely swamped and sinking was my metaphor, and you can't do anything about it. Is that all right?
Nikki, that is so cool.
It's really hard to see, isn't it? Sorry about that.
No, it's not.
I haven't quite got this sorted. I'll be sorted. Oh, no. Why don't I turn around like that? There we go. That's better.
Did you is there like collage in there?
Yeah,
there's a little piece of
sorry.
newspaper?
How do I turn off this blooming tracking? Yeah, so I've collaged in the paper boat, and I've got like a bit of house paint and a bit of crayon, a bit of ink. And so what you can't see is here, there's a really little person being absolutely swamped. And these are the big waves and sharks, and these are the shipping containers that are the situations that are just piling one on the other that are swamping the little boat and causing it to sink.
Cool.
So I'll get this sorted so I don't track next time. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nikki. Thank you so much. Okay, we're going to go to Jackie next. I've never seen that tracking before. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll see if I can turn it off.
So my thing that was, I picked a negative or a challenge in that dearth of care for my special needs daughter so I could go out to Zine Club tomorrow night. And it just means that, doing a PG-13 swear and getting a text that my caregiver has COVID. So it's me as a mama bear. I know this is like really derivative and like I'm having trouble drawing today, but I did my best. This is here. I've got this. And it's me as the mama bear, and that it's me, like I'm so looking forward to casting off the mama bear shirt and putting on the generic artsy black t-shirt so I can go to Zine Club. And there's my cell phone, and there's that punch in the stomach that I was thinking of. So yeah, that was my metaphor emotion, like as I felt punched in the stomach, which is a little dramatic. And also considering that we had asymptomatic, my daughter had asymptomatic COVID like a week ago, things could be way, way worse. But I'm just getting really bratty about like, I'm ready to go to Zine Club tomorrow night. So that's my thing. Thanks for letting me share.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. It's also cool because you kind of use two metaphors in it because you're the mama bear, but then you're also changing shirts.
Yes.
Which is fun.
I double dipped.
And getting punched in the stomach. So that's 3.
Oh yeah. I really love the eyeballs coming out.
I love that bear drawing.
Thank you.
That one there. Ooh. Thanks, Jackie. We'll go to Kate next.
All right, I came in late, so let's see whether, okay, first drawing. I have to sort out really how to show things. Okay, we're gonna try to show things this way. We had to sum up one thing, and this is me, subway 5:30 a.m., going to make my plane. So this is a positive thing, and just it was just because I'm all falling apart and untied, bulge. These are comments on my preparedness, but I'm gonna make the plane. Okay, so you don't really need to hear like where I'm going. It was Savannah, or anything else. And then we were told break it down into 4. I didn't finish drawing because the conversation was just so hopping, and I'll finish later. But here it is. It says, time challenged. The world spins away from me, out of my grasp. Choosing options feels like a high dive into a bucket. So that's a metaphor. Okay. And this is about packing and how every time I pack, it's like starting all over as if I've never packed before. And the 4th panel is basically, yeah, but I need it. So anyway, yeah, that was my little journey with this assignment. Thank you.
Cool. I love your line work. It's so fun.
Thank you. You got me going really, really fast. These workshops get me to draw super, super fast. And usually I try to finish inking to give you all something to see. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, this is your emotions inspired me that I wanted to put some in their face. This is like
it's so cool
for making it. Oh, and then there is also a fellow passenger who's experiencing restfulness.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Thanks, Kate. We're going to go to Jeannie next. Let's see. Oh, Jeannie heard us.
Jeannie.
Yes, I did. Yay. Thank you. Thank you, Jackie. I love your comment. I love your characters and how they're drawn and their eyeballs, especially. This is me. I'm currently at my daughter's farm, taking care of her farm and her cat while she's away for a few days. But then what happens is I get a call from my sister, and her husband is in the hospital. He has dementia, and then I get another, well, not a call, but a text. I get another text that my stepdaughter's in the hospital a little bit early for her second baby. And so now I feel like the distance, the metaphorical distance between the farm and home is like the night sky and space.
Ooh.
Wow, that is
Everybody's
so
okay
cool.
now. Everybody's okay now.
Oh,
just
good.
got-
Is the baby out?
No, that little stinker. No, that would have been great. But no, she said, just kidding. So you do.
I really love the colors and the sort of like
Thank you. Thank you.
side.
Yeah, I'm at the farm and I forgot my brushes, so I just used my finger.
Oh, it's awesome. And your
Oh,
your
that's
your
awesome.
likeness is great.
Oh, thank you. Thank
I
you,
love
Jackie.
having to make quick decisions like that. I don't have my brush, I'll just my finger. That's amazing.
Always better.
We're gonna go to Loan next. Here we go.
I want to say it's going to be Raquel.
Raquel, sure. Oh, because you have the background filter on, it might be kind of rough, but you might be able to do it.
Can they see?
Not yet.
I think it's too blurry.
How do I do this? Sorry.
It's okay. I think it's under video options, or else put it right next to your face. But
Oh yeah. Okay, there you go.
yeah, there you go.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
You want to
so
share?
this is like my house, and what I'm doing is my mom calls me and I run through my house, and this is me climbing up this ladder, and then I changed from a stick man to a real human because I got a magic wand, and then I made this really big pixel of me right here of my face.
And what is the
And
metaphor?
My metaphor is that my house is so big that it can fit all of the seasons with room to spare.
The seasons?
Yeah.
Okay.
With for people to live in it.
Cool. What a big fun house. And I really like your map.
And these are a bunch of Pocky boxes.
Pocky boxes.
Pocky.
Thank you.
Thank
gonna-
you.
There's another drawing here. Oh, clonk. A hammer on the head, right? Well, thanks, you guys. We'll go to Michael next.
You gave me a very quick idea. So this is called When Confronted with a Disappointing Range of Choices. So the top picture is literally intended to represent 6 choices. And then the panel below it shows buttons in varying shades of gray. And then at the bottom, it suggests a finger flipping a switch, making the buttons colored. And I added a frown under the word disappointing at the top.
Cool. I really like the faceless characters in the first one, and then the way that it eventually integrates color in the last one. So
Thanks.
hopefully, did you get some better choices at the end?
We're actually in the middle of it, and I just found out about the six lousy choices a couple of days ago, but I've got to figure out how to flip the switch.
You need that magic wand from the last sharer.
That's a good idea. That'll be on the next page.
Awesome, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to Susanna next.
Hello, I tried large format this time, not using my little sketchbook. And I wanted to try to capture how I felt when I had put in a lot of work trying to get 2 of the major Denver museums to make to have masked mornings for 2 hours a month. And it seemed like a totally reasonable thing to do. It's what the Freya Museum does in Seattle, Washington. And so I had a city council person help, and both museums said no, they wouldn't do that. And they gave me very silly reasons. Like they said, well, we'll give anyone a mask who wants one. I'm like, well, that's not the same thing as, you know, making these 2 hours a month available and having them be masked. So this is me walking across the park, and it's Denver, so the altitude is high, it's windy, you can see the mountains, and I'm breathing in the high altitude wind, feeling like the slanted branch of a snow-covered fir tree waiting to snap. Maybe I should describe the wind in a certain way. I haven't drawn it yet. I'm trying to draw the trees and the branches with snow, and I want it to look like they're about to fall over. And I'm kind of realistic. If you can think of a good metaphor for like a whoosh of wind, please post it. That's it.
Yeah, wow, that's beautiful. I love it that big, and your likeness is amazing. And just like the colors that you have on it so far. And it's just cool that you can transform the frustration of the museum into a piece like that. But that stinks. What the heck?
Yeah, it does. They can do better.
Awesome,
you.
Susanna. Thanks. We'll go to Renee next when Renee is ready. If Renee isn't ready, we'll go to Chris. Okay, I think we're gonna.
Okay, sorry, I have to take off the.
There we go.
All right. I actually didn't finish drawing, but anyway, so I have the first one is oh god, what did you say? Oh, friend, the end of a friendship, and it says, "I'm blue as a blueberry," and then the other one says, "Day after day, I go to the park." And then the last one says, "And finally, I return to me."
That's the Blueberry comic.
Yeah.
So sad.
Yeah, it was. I'm coming out of it now. It's pretty tough. Yeah. Thank you.
I love that you used Post-it notes for panels. It's really cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, Renee. It was really, love that blueberry. We'll go to Chris next. Let's see.
Okay, like you said, it's a new year, and the challenge that I wrote down is I haven't exercised yet, and I was trying to figure out how to represent that, and I feel like I'm fighting time all the time. So here's me asking, what time is it? And then I try to read this clock, but it's got too many hands on it. So then I look at a different clock, and the hours don't make any sense because there's just no time. And if there's no time, then the Happiness Shack is closed. You missed its opening hours. So that's the comic. It was quite challenging to think of how to wrap that up.
It's like it's such an interesting combination of like it's like tragic but also really cute at the end, like the Happiness Shack. I'm like, oh, and then it's closed, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, it opens occasionally, so that's a good thing.
Right. It's just like you just don't know when they're gonna open up.
Thanks very much.
Awesome, Chris. Thanks. We'll go to Rahia. Let's see. Hope I pronounced that right.
Okay. Hi. So I kind of started my year kind of rough because my cat died. Oh. It was like a really rough thing. So I kind of the first part was kind of just starting off with like we brought him home and he was kind of in this urn, this little box urn that we sat on the front post near our front door. And I wrote that one of my cats died and it was a great injustice. And there was just a lot of mix up with the doctor having the wrong phone number. And so when they tried to call us about his condition, we couldn't get it for months. We didn't have information for months. So I kind of like drew that on this like paper with like his info and the wrong number and stuff. And this is just me feeling like a rock. And then on this page, I wrote that grief is a Christmas tree you never put away, because we still have our Christmas tree up. And each ornament is a memory you had with him. And so then there's just like going into details of the memories of this one time he had a straw through his neck and his collar. And that's something we laugh at. And then like this was one of the experience of taking him to the ER, and we couldn't afford like his medical treatment. And he just kind of like sat in the corner, and me and my sister just felt so small. So I like drew us really small in the scene on the panel. So that was what my drawing was.
Wow. I am so sorry about your cat.
Thank you.
But your comic is so beautiful. Honestly, grief is a Christmas tree you never put away. That just blew me away.
Yeah. People saying that in the chat too. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, we'll go to Jen next. Let's see.
Hey. Okay, so I want to preface this with, I've had a really, really great month. Like in general, life has been going really well. And when life goes really well, sometimes I'm like, okay, when's the boom gonna drop? It's like, okay, things have been going good. When's the other side gonna drop? So things sort of like, and I was looking at your prompts and it said like 3 positive and 3 negative. I'm like, well, it's been pretty positive. And then like I was like, oh yeah, that happened. So something I saw, and actually it wasn't one of the 3 negative things I saw, but what I realized, what came up was somebody posted a picture of me in Instagram about an event that I ran. And when I saw the picture, the disassociation came up, or dissociation. So dissociation for me is like I have an inner frog. And my inner frog, sometimes I don't see it in the mirror, but sometimes I do. And so it just changes, and I don't know which one's the truth and which one's the lie. I used to have an eating disorder when I was younger, so it really flipped the way I see myself. Okay, so dissociation. A lie, 2 truths, and a helpful friend. The first one is what I see in the mirror in the morning. Because I leave the house and I'm feeling really great, and got my lipstick on and everything. And then what I see in the windows walking outside. So it starts the minute I leave the house. And then I see people's pictures and photos of me, and this is what I see. And then I have that helpful friend who is one of my closest friends, but just doesn't think about certain things. And it's the friend who tells you that you should start dating. There's a website for men who love your body type. I just started dating again. So there's that. But yeah, so that's my little dissociation frog that showed up today. Ribbit. Thanks.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Have you used that metaphor before, Jen? Oh, she's muted again. Oh, well.
But she shook her head. She was like, no.
Well, thanks, Jen. All right, we're going to go to Mishka next. Mishka's got a trick.
Do you have a trick? Hi. So mine is sort of a mashup with Wordsworth, because the thing on the right is the thing that I have enjoyed this year. I finally succumbed to, there's this social media group called the Cloud Appreciation Society, and it's just now my whole social feed is full of cloud pictures, which makes me, it has lightened my mood, you might say. So I took a little bit of Wordsworth because the metaphor I thought of is just we're a bunch of cloud heads, and I felt kind of alone. That sort of feels like a gathering of clouds and a torrent of them. So I wandered lonely as a cloud, and then I can't read my words there, but I found such jocund company. Again, it's not his exact words, but a quote, a little bit of a quote paraphrase. We gazed and gazed with lots of little thoughts, and that's a shower of like pictures and people appreciating them. the wealth these worldwide shows have brought. So it's like imagining that we're a bunch of clouds together in the sky.
Oh, it's so cool. I love the brushes you use.
Oh, thanks.
And the colors.
Thanks.
I found one, it's called Trees Eating Things. Brings me a lot of joy.
What?
Oh, the group.
It's like a hashtag, I think, but it's like trees slowly like eating fences and stuff. So I
that sounds great.
can relate on your cloud journey. It's really beautiful.
Sorry, I needed
You
a
don't
second.
know me, Jackie, but this is typical me.
Cool.
Awesome, Mishka. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go to Ken next. Here we go.
Right. So got a tablet here. So the thing that's been going on for me this year and really the last year has been recovering from a heart attack.
Ooh.
And it's been going pretty well. So that kind of encompasses both the ups and the downs. But so, some days I feel, and I ride a bike. And so some days I feel really strong. This is my sketch, And so, yes, basically, some days I feel really strong, but sometimes, things just, for whatever reason, don't feel like they're firing on all cylinders. So this is my metaphor is kind of like an engine. Here's a good day and everything's kind of meshing and running smoothly and all the levels are right and everything like that. And that's usually how I feel, but every once in a while things kind of, oops, wrong way. Kind of go off the rails. And it feels like, the gears just aren't meshing. And it's not quite as bad as this picture depicts, but, I had fun with it, so.
Really great, Ken. Wow.
Yeah.
Not really a serial comic, but this is the metaphor that came to mind.
How did it feel to draw it?
Oh, it brings stuff up a little, it definitely can be challenging at times. Sometimes it's fine, but so depends. Yeah.
Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, super. Thanks so much. We're gonna go to Ariana, then Corley, then Marlene.
Hi, how are you?
Look at that bird.
Oh yeah. She's my company. So I was like the radish girl that I was saying that my business I represented by a radish. So that's why I did this. So basically the idea is that what I did was like when you have an idea or a business or something that you want to do, you always have to like plant the seed. It's a really basic idea, but it's something that we should like do. Then you like watch it grow, and it's not gonna be like something that it's gonna go fast, such as plants. When you plant something, you have to wait until it grows. So that was my idea of creation. So I picked this one because that's what happened with my business. At the end of the year, I finally did my numbers and stuff, and I saw that it grows. So it makes me like really proud. So it's my cute little radish.
Oh, it's so cute. That
Yeah, I think
radish.
it's a little bit blurry, but yeah.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good. Those eyes looking up at you. It's like it's so happy that you planted it.
Exactly, yeah. And I encourage everybody to do it. So you have to believe in the ideas that you have, so they can always be bigger and they can grow. I mean, you just have to trust in it.
Thanks so much.
Awesome. And that bird, wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah, I know.
We're gonna go to Corley next. Thanks, Ariana.
Yep.
So I work at the school where my kids go to school. And my first instinct was to just be really negative about how hard it was to go back to school after break because it was really difficult and I felt like I was walking through molasses. But then my third grader invited me to join him for lunch today. And so I went and met him, and his little beaming face was just such a little beacon among all these, wild and raucous children. And then when we actually got to sit down together I just felt I was looking at little me, like me through a portal or me through a time travel mirror. And it was such a nice moment of just connection in a really loud and what had been a very difficult environment. So I decided to focus on the positive instead and try to convey that this little connection was more special than the molasses that I had to walk through last week to get here.
Really nice.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing.
I love that idea of looking at you again or time travel. Yeah, so great. Thank you.
Right, you can tell how happy they
Yeah.
are just by being there.
Kate says that beaming face is making me cry. All right, here's Marlene. Oh,
I think you're muted.
Marlene, can you unmute? I think you can.
Good afternoon here in Sydney. I know it's nighttime over there. I started off, Jackie, with my metaphor about feelings. So I'm saying I have cold feet. I'm a couch potato and my heart is made of stone. So my motto this year, like somebody else, I would like to exercise a bit more, and I thought I'll express my feelings in the comic. So the first panel, this one here, is where I'm in the gym with my gear, my tongue's hanging out, as you can see, and I'm saying to myself, oh no, 2 more reps of these lifting up the weights. I don't know if I can manage. Maybe I should have a drink of water. And unfortunately, these shoes that I'm wearing are very heavy. Not a good choice. Then the next panel over there is part of the metaphor. A genie, imaginary genie, comes up to me and wants to give me advice in the light bulb, gives me an ice block to put on my head to keep cool, and gives me all sorts of advice just to keep going and be motivated. Then over here, I had a bit of a mishap because the boots were too heavy. One actually, I kicked off and let it rip. I was skipping and my tongue's hanging out. And I'm saying to myself, these boots were made for walking. So you remember that song, these boots were made for walking? Something like that. And finally, that's what I looked like after all the exercise, totally exhausted, hunched over, perspiring in every frame. And there's even a warning sign coming up on the computer saying, there's something wrong with my blood pressure and my heart rate. Maybe I should take it easy. So thank you for having me.
Thanks so much for sharing that. I love the energy and the colors.
Thank you.
Yeah, that last drawing, right? So great. Thanks, Marlene.
Thank you, Tom.
Sure. Gus, if you are ready, we can see what you've done. You have to come on video.
Sure, I wasn't expecting you guys to get to me so soon.
There you go.
Anyway, I'm gonna have to share my screen again.
Yeah, we did that last time, right? That worked out okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, anyway, this is an incomplete version of me job hunting right now. I had a job working at a theater, but the show's over for the season, so this is me looking for a job. I know it's not a very clever metaphor, but that's really all I could come up with.
We don't see it.
Oh, you're not?
No.
Oh, well, all right, I guess I'll just have to show, hopefully you'll see it on the regular screen.
Okay.
Let me know if you can see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you look
So,
kind
yeah,
of bummed
that's
out.
generally what I just came up with, just an image, not really a full panel story, but it's all I could come up with.
That's how it starts, right? One image. That's where it starts.
Yeah, I think you really captured the emotion of looking for a job and how frustrating it can be. I hope you find something.
Yeah, me too.
Good luck. Thanks, guys. We'll go to Henry next. A lot of people in the chat are saying, what's everyone's Instagram handle? So if you want to do that, put it in the chat. And Jackie's and ours is up there. All right, Henry, you are muted, but this is looking pretty cool. I'm seeing some skateboarding and some pigeons holding you up, or maybe pooping on your head. I don't know if Henry knows that they're muted. Pretty cool though, Jackie, huh?
Yeah, really cool. I like the last panel with the bird attached to the person.
Well, are you seriously something? Yeah. Pretty cool. You know, I think this is the third time somebody had an iPad that's kind of tracking, you know. I have never seen those before.
Yeah, isn't that so interesting?
And
It's
I've seen
almost
it
like
3 times today.
someone else is holding it.
Yeah. Don't die, it says in panel 2. Uh-oh. Luckily, that bird. All right, Henry. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah, thanks so much for sharing.
Nicole says, great skateboard moves. Awesome. We'll go to Adam next. Let's see. Oh, can we see Adam? Is that showing up? Hang on, there we go. And Adam, you're going to have to unmute as well. Hopefully we can do that. Try it again. There you go.
Hello. I may have not done it correctly. Can I share screen?
Sure, let's give it a whirl. Hang on a second. Oops.
I may have not done it correctly because I may have not done it like I really couldn't think of any other metaphor.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Yeah, I actually didn't know what to draw. So this is basically this is me. This is me trying to win a game on my laptop, and I realized if I do it differently and think out of the box, I can do it. I can win the game. And I just thought of this metaphor. Success feels like freedom. And this is just me rushing out. Yeah, thanks.
Very nice.
Wow,
Jackie,
that's so cool.
How would you draw freedom, Jackie?
I don't know, but I really like the character running out like that. I think that conveys it so well. And I love the frustrated character in the first panel. And also that the laptop has a little coffee bean on it. It's so cute.
Thank you.
Thanks
All
so
right,
much.
Adam. Thank you. We got Lizzie up next. I think we got time for 2 more and then we'll say goodnight. There we go, Lizzie.
Wow, I feel like I almost just barely finished. I didn't think I one of my challenges / successes this year is I'm starting testosterone. So that's kind of a trip. So it was like ending up at Walgreens with a bag from the doctor, and it's kind of blew my mind. And then the last comic workshop, we did kind of a free write at the beginning, and that really helped me figure out how to do what to say about this. And Jackie, you mentioned a key maybe for conflicted emotions or something, or as a metaphor. But that I kind of went with that.
Oh.
So recently I met with my doctor to get prescribed testosterone. It felt big because it's something that I've been looking at / thought looking at for years. And a friend said something recently that felt like it unlocked it a bit for me. She said, some doors you just need to open to find out. So there's my comment.
Cool. Were you the one who asked about conflicting emotions?
Yeah.
I feel like you nailed it. That looks so great.
It was a community effort.
Thanks, Lizzie. Awesome. All right, we'll just squeeze in. Jackie, got a couple more minutes in you?
Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll squeeze in these last 4 and then say goodnight. Taryn.
I don't really draw, but I'm so inspired by everyone, and I thought this would be fun. So something that was a win for me is at the end of last year, I started taking intro to stand-up comedy, and then me and a few ladies from their classes kept taking it. So something that's really awesome was after our class the other day on the subway ride home, one of the girls in the class was like, "You have the best punch-ups," and like feedback, and I was like, "Me?" So made me feel really, really good. So I decided to draw the stand-up jungle. So there's me seeing all these other monkeys with all of these bananas. And then I do some of my monkey tricks for them and am rewarded and just feeling like sharing in the bananas that is the comedy.
Oh my gosh, it's so cute.
The stand-up jungle, love that.
That's so cool. I really like the fake monkey in panel 2, like made out of bananas. Is that what it is?
They're all like they're appearing behind the banana. It's like bananas, yeah.
And then just all the bananas at the end, like, yeah, give me more.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Next person, Fiki, I think.
You can call me Fiona.
Okay.
Yeah. I wrote about people getting in my way when I'm trying to get late night soup. And the only place, I was traveling for work, so the only place that I could get to was the hotel bar. But they had soup. So the first one is this full page of the bartender in the back and these 2 people in my way who I drew as wolves because they were menacing and threatening to me. The first guy, this is direct quotes, like they actually said this to me. They said, "Come on, we don't bite." And then the bartender in the back, she's like, "Do you want that for here to go or to go for any soup?" And then this guy in the corner adds on, "I don't bite hard."
What soup ghouls?
Huh?
There's real soup ghouls trying to keep you away from the
Yeah,
soup.
I'm just, and the second panel is me to go. I was mostly tired and annoyed. I just wanted some soup. I was feeling under the weather.
Thank you so much. Those are amazing. I really love the energy, and the font is really cool too.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Appreciate
great drawings. Thanks. We'll go to Maria next and then John, and that'll be it. Let's see. Oops. I think we lost. I think we lost Maria. Wait. Oh, there.
Hi, my connection is really bad. Okay, so
It
for
is.
me, I drew a car accident that I was in. It was mild. It wasn't too serious, but I feel like some of my body parts were hit with a hammer. Let's see. Or that I was put in a box and kind of shooken up. I put some rocks in there just for effects. I don't know. I'm okay, but lately my body has been feeling a little achy. That's it. Hold on. Did we get all that, or am I connected back?
Well, we heard it all.
Okay, cool. There you go. I'm not best at drawing, but I did it really fast. Thank you.
I'm sure it's great. And it's a good reminder to everybody, post on Instagram, share with the hashtag Friday Night Comics. You can you can tag Jackie, you can tag Comics Workshop. That's all on the chat. So if you take a look, it's a great way to spend your weekend, is to see what everybody came up with. So we'll finish up with John.
Glad you're okay too.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'll make it quick. Thanks. So moving, someone mentioned moving, and I moved recently. This is this RV that I'm staying in. And I guess the metaphor, I was the guy who's asked for a definition of metaphor because I really wasn't sure what it was. But this is kind of a new me, like emerging from this weird pod and new skin. And so just kind of life transition, you know, that kind of idea. So.
Can you show that one a little closer?
Yeah, sorry.
The last one. Oh, nice.
I don't know if you guys can see this.
Cool. Do you have like little vines on you?
Yeah. Yeah. Coming out of the ground, kind of. Yeah.
Very cool, John. Thanks so much. All right. And I don't think we have Jamie here, so I'll replace Jackie. I'm going to put you back on screen. Thanks so much for staying a little long, and thanks for giving everybody these tools to share what they're feeling and sort of examine, or even just sort of express a little something they might have just wanted to express.
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you all so much for being here. I love
gosh.
teaching. Every time I teach comics and I see what people make, I'm like, I kind of have like an existential like crisis. I'm like, oh, there's so much amazing art in the world and I'll never be able to see it all.
Right. Oh, you won't be able to see it all, that's for sure. I'm just going to go to bed hoping I don't steal like the sad blueberry, like, because I love it so much, or some of the other things. I'm like, I hope I don't accidentally, like 5 years from now, make it, you know, because some of them are so great. But we're all here to share, and I think sometimes borrow from each other. It makes it sound like I'm really going after that blueberry, but that's not what I meant. I think I meant.
Yeah,
I think I
keep
meant
an
it's just,
eye on you.
I think I just meant it's nice to be inspired in so many ways. But anyway. Okay, everybody. Well, thanks so much. Jackie, thanks so much. I don't know what is on your agenda for this evening, either relaxing or unpacking or whatever.
I'm gonna eat a sandwich and some chips. They're
I'm gonna
waiting
ask.
for me.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna ask everyone to unmute and just say a real raucous good night and thank you.
Good night.
Hello.
Party. It was awesome.
My name is Christian.
Bye.
Oh,
My name's
someone has my
Christian.
book.
Hello.
All right.
How are you?
Wow, there's a lot of people here. Okay, you're not.